With a lot of CSGO cases going crazy in the past few days, I want to revisit the Broken Fang case and take a closer look at why it's nearly tripled in price since hitting 30-cent lows in September, and why the same logic can be used for the Riptide case and potentially triple your money once again in the matter of months in the future. So as always, if you enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, check out my sponsor, Skimport. Skimport is a CSGO skin marketplace with over 300,000 skins where you can find some insane discounts and save a ton of money buying CSGO skins or even cases. For example, if you're looking at buying into the Broken Fang cases right now, they're still about 16 cents cheaper on Skimport compared to the Steam market right now as well. They're still about 16 cents cheaper on Skimport compared to the Steam market right now, and there's plenty of other cases out there like the glove case which you can save even more money on Skimport. And also, if you're looking to sell skins for real money, Skimport only has a 12% selling fee on items under $1,000, 6% on items over $1,000. So I mean, if you're making 200% returns on cases in just a few months time, that doesn't really seem like much. So please stop getting ripped off on the Steam market and sign up to Skimport today with that link in the description. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first, let's obviously look at the trend of the Broken Fang cases throughout the past few weeks. Since around December 20th, just over 3 weeks ago, these things have increased from 50 cents to hitting over 80 cents today, peaking at about 83 cents. So almost a 65% increase in less than a month. And if we span back to September 21st, the release date of Operation Riptide, where we saw the entire CSGO market have a huge dip, this thing reached its low of about 32 cents, and it's pretty much just been up from there. So at this rate, it's looking like this thing can triple in price in less than 4 months time, which is insane for any investment, even in CSGO. But that's not even the best news. This is a really important deal and something I decided to cover in a completely separate video because we should have a really similar situation with the Operation Riptide case later in the year when we ideally see a new operation released, and after we get a new case released as well with the same knives as Riptide, we're going to see the Riptide case slowly drop off more and more in price as the weeks go on, and most likely bottom out where we see another huge dip in the CSGO market when a new operation gets released, and then hopefully that'll be your time to buy and hopefully rake in the money bags like we're seeing with Broken Fang cases right now, except you'll be doing it with the Riptide cases because you're just copying exactly what we saw now. But just so we're completely clear, I would still be selling Riptide cases right now if you didn't already, as I really think they're going to hit lower prices when we inevitably see a case release with the same knives as them, which, I mean, at this point, I think it's going to be the Dreams and Nightmares case because of how long this thing is being delayed. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they delayed it another month and just released it when the actual operation ended, because, I mean, December 20th just seemed like a random date they pulled up, and I guess that just isn't a thing at all anymore, and that was just based on absolutely nothing, and they don't care about it, and they sure as hell don't care to update us about it. But that is a completely separate story. Either way, what makes operation cases like Broken Fang and potentially Riptide a lot better than a lot of people, myself definitely included, expected in the long term? Well, the answer is really simple. There is still a lot of Broken Fang cases being unboxed. During the month of May, the month after Broken Fang ended, there was almost 2.7 million of these cases unboxed still. 2 months later, in July, there was still 1.5 million, which is obviously a significant fall off, but still an absolute ton compared to other cases, as you could see on this chart. And in December, the most recent month, there's still 1.25 million of these things being unboxed in a month. So consistent 7-figure amounts of these being unboxed a month is going to lower the supply by a lot on the market. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. And basic supply and demand, there's less supply on the market, and I mean there's the same amount of demand but there's way less supply, which is going to end up raising the price of these things. And same thing as I covered with the glove cases yesterday. We can see an exact correlation on pricestalker.eu, which shows us the supply over time on the market of a lot of cases. You can very clearly see that in the past 90 days, as price has been increasing in these things, supply has been dropping off more and more on the market. And hey, even better correlation, supply has almost dropped off to a third of what it was 3 months ago, and price has almost tripled. So really pay attention to these charts in the future with the riptide case for signs of buying. Also, note that if we go back and look at the past 365 days of supply on the market for the broken Fang case, supply on the market actually started slightly decreasing since early July of 2021, not September 21st, when we saw the operation get released. But the thing is, back in July, price didn't follow it. Once again, until Operation Riptide got released, and then we saw a massive dip in supply and a price correlation to that as well. I'd assume this is because there were simply too many cases at the market on the time before Riptide got released. Supply was really overinflated, and even though there was actually more volume on the market than there is now back then, there was simply just too many cases on the market and too many people listing them, and that didn't continue when we saw the new operation get released. So I'd have to imagine we're gonna see something really similar this time around with Riptide cases again, which is why I'm so hype about it and why I've talked about it so much, because you can potentially triple your money in like 4 months time. That is not an opportunity you're gonna see pretty much ever in the CSGO market. So what should you be doing with broken Fang cases right now? Well, so far on Price Stalker, they haven't showed any signs of weakness, and there definitely hasn't been more of them being listed on the market so far to cause a supply increase, which obviously isn't going to cause a price increase, which leads me to believe they've still got some room to grow, and I definitely wouldn't say it's panic sell time yet, but at the same time, these things have almost tripled in just a few months' time, so it's not like selling now would be absolutely horrible. I mean, they're literally worth more than they were throughout most of Broken Fang when they were actually in the in-game store. So whether you decided to hold onto them or bought the dip, you definitely made some money till this point. And personally, I think there's way more money to be made by just holding off and waiting to get Riptide cases when they hit their lows. I honestly might just buy thousands of these Riptide cases if they hit around the 30-cent range, just like Broken Fang cases did. But right now, I'm just using the Broken Fang cases as a precursor as what's to come, because if we see the same thing happen with Riptide cases, not only are we literally going to have a cheat sheet of how future price trends should look right in front of us with Broken Fang cases, but we'll also have a lot of money because I don't see any reason for them to perform differently, and hopefully everybody's going to make their bag. But yeah, besides that, I think that is going to wrap it up for this video. So as always, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I really hope you guys keep your eyes out on how these two cases are performing in the next coming months, because this will be huge if we see it in the Riptide cases in the future. And I don't want to say I told you so like 6 months from now after, I mean, it's too late to make the 3x on your initial investment. Not to mention, I think Riptide cases have really good knives as well that players will still be unboxing for years to come. But either way, as always, if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.